There's a lot of misconceptions, myths and questions that I'm asked about when I'm dealing with clients at Blue Ape Renewables in relation to air source heat pumps. Points such as they're too noisy, they don't work well in the cold, they won't get my house to temperature. Well, today I'm going to bust those myths for you. Myth number 1, heat pumps are loud. Well, the Midea R32 monoblock that we install at Blue Ape Renewables is rated at 35 decibels from 3 metres. Now that equates to a quiet whisper, a library or the humming of a fridge. So there's nothing for you to worry about in terms of noise disturbance for you or your neighbours. Myth number 2, air source heat pumps don't heat my home or my hot water when it's really cold outside. Well, the Midea R32 monoblock works efficiently down to -7 degrees outside temperature and can still provide you with 60-degree hot water even when it's -20 degrees outside. This is due to the weather compensation that's inbuilt into the unit, which you always set as standard on every installation. This means when it's colder outside, the pump will increase the flow temperature, which increases your heat and your hot water within the property. And when it's warm outside, the flow rate is reduced, making the pump run efficiently, just ticking over in the background in the summer months to keep your hot water to temperature for you. If your heat pump doesn't have weather compensation inbuilt, it's always worthwhile contacting your installer just to ask any questions or queries or for assistance in adjusting the flow temperature of your heat pump. Myth number 3, air source heat pumps only work with underfloor heating. Not true at all. Air source heat pumps work perfectly fine provided that your radiators in the property are adequately sized. Now generally you require type 22 or double panel convection radiators with 15mm pipework. Underfloor heating is the most efficient heating system to run with a heat pump. However, it's a lot more expensive, which means a lot more of an initial outlay for yourself. Before your installer installs an air source heat pump for you, the system must be designed correctly after a heat loss survey has been carried out at the property. Now, a heat loss survey will help establish exactly what size pumps are required for your property, the recommended cylinder size, and which, if any of your radiators, require replacement with larger or higher output radiators. And also your pipework should be assessed to make sure that the adequate flow temperature can be achieved to keep you, your home and your hot water to the adequate temperature. We need to ensure for compliance that when it's -2 degrees outside, any living rooms can comfortably reach 21 degrees C, bedrooms 18 degrees C and bathrooms 22 degrees C. So it's imperative that a heat loss survey is done and done correctly to make sure you and your home stay to temperature. Contact us at Blue Ape Renewables today and we'll be more than happy to provide you with a heat loss survey and we'll provide you with all of the findings. Myth number 4, air source heat pumps need a lot of servicing and maintenance. Once again, incorrect. Just like the existing boiler that you'll have at your property now, an air source heat pump only requires an annual service to upkeep its warranty. And the reason that we install the Midea R32 monoblock is you get the first 3 years servicing completely free of charge from Midea direct from the manufacturer. Myth number 5, air source heat pumps cost a lot more to run than a gas boiler. Once again, incorrect. If you swap over from mains gas to an air source heat pump and don't have solar panels on the roof, the running costs will be about the same. So what you're paying on gas at the minute will be the equivalent of what you pay in electricity to run an air source heat pump. However, more and more energy providers, such as Octopus, are coming out with air source heat pump specific tariffs, which is to help you keep the running cost of your pump as low as possible. For example, the Cozy Octopus tariff provides you with 2 3-hour blocks of cheap electricity and 1 2-hour block of cheap electricity throughout the day. So in total, that's 8 hours of cheap rate, approximately 15p as opposed to 30p, to help keep your property warm and your bills low. An air source heat pump is 3 to 5 times more efficient than your existing gas boiler, dependent upon the flow temperature settings. This means for every 1 kilowatt of electricity you put into the pump, you'll get 3 to 5 kilowatts of heat out of the pump. In comparison to a gas boiler, that's 1 kilowatt hour of gas in, 1 kilowatt of heat out. And if you're on a tariff such as the Cozy Octopus, don't turn the pump off during the peak hours. Just turn the power of the pump down and it'll still run efficiently for you. And what's more, by installing solar panels on your roof and/or battery storage, that'll help you offset the running costs of your pump even further. Myth number 6, air source heat pumps take a long time to install and there's a lot of upheaval at the property. Now generally, the installation of a pump and a cylinder should take anywhere between 2 to 3 days to complete. If you add in radiators and any potential repiping within the property, it may take up to a week to complete. Either way, at Blue Ape Renewables, and any reputable installer should do this for you, you'll have a roadmap planned out and laid out ahead of you, so you'll know which installers are arriving, on which day and at which times, and what part of the job is being completed. So we'll keep you in the loop every step of the way. Myth number 7, only people on benefits or reduced household income can claim the £7,500 boiler upgrade scheme grant towards an air source heat pump. This isn't correct. The only 3 criteria that you need to meet to be eligible for the £7,500 grant is you just need to own the property, be replacing a fossil fuel boiler, and have an energy performance certificate that's in date. It doesn't matter about your household income, whether you claim any form of benefits. If you meet those 3 criteria, you're good to go. And if you don't currently have an EPC that's in date, they only cost about £75 to have carried out, and we here at Blue Ape Renewables can arrange that for you. So there you have it. The myths discussed today are just that, myths. If you found this video helpful, contact us at Blue Ape Renewables today, and we'll be more than happy to advise you on your journey into a more renewable heating future. We can arrange an EPC for you if required. Like, share and subscribe, and contact us at Blue Ape Renewables today, and we'll get your renewable heating future up and running. See you in the next one.